Let's solve some STAAR grade 8 math questions on differentiating transformations. Let's take a look at this first question. This question says translate quadrilateral ABCD with vertices um, ABCD as listed there and by x plus 3, y plus 2. Describe the orientation and congruence. So now, translation means we are either adding or subtracting. So now we've been told that x plus 3 and y plus 2. If this is A prime will become 1 plus 3, that will be 4, comma, y plus 2, that's 1 plus 2, that will be 3. Then we have B prime to be 3 plus 3, that will be 6, comma, y plus 2, that's 1 plus 2, that will be 3. Then we have C to be 3 plus 3, that will be 6, and then 4 plus 2, that will be 6. And we have D prime to be 1 plus 3, that will be 4, comma, 4 plus 2, that will be 6. So when we translate this with this given value x plus 3 and y plus 2, this is what the quadrilateral will become. The quadrilateral ABCD will become quadrilateral A prime, B prime, C prime, and D prime. So that is how to translate. Now let's look at this. This one says dilate. Dilate means when you are dilating, we multiply both x and y by the same scale factor. So now we are to dilate these vertices by a scale factor of 0.5. So for us to dilate this now, that means we will be multiplying. So x prime will become 1, x prime will become 1 times 0.5 is half. So 1 times half will be half. So that will be 0.5, comma 0.5. Y prime will be 4 times half. That will be 2. So that will be 2, comma 1 times half. That will be 0.5. And Z prime will be 2 times half will be 1. Right, yes, 2 times half will be 1. And then 5 times half will be 2.5. So that will be comma 2.5. So what do you notice about this dilated one? You notice that this one will be this dilated triangle will become smaller. X prime, y prime, z prime will be smaller, will be smaller than, it will be smaller than x, y, z. Why? Because we dilated with a scale factor, we dilated by a scale factor that is less than 1. It is greater than 0 but less than 1. So once you dilate with a scale factor that is greater than 0 but less than 1, the shape becomes smaller. So that is what dilation does. It changes the shape. It either reduces it or makes it bigger. Now we want to rotate. What does rotation mean? Rotation means you swap and change the sign. If you missed the explanation, it's in the last video I uploaded. I uploaded how to I explained translation, dilation, rotation, and reflection. So for this one now, rotation means we are to flip, and then we are to swap and then change the sign. So when you rotate, let's see, we are to rotate over, okay, sorry, we are to rotate by 180 degrees about the origin. When you rotate by 180 degrees, both sign will change. X comma y becomes negative x comma negative y. That is for 180 degrees rotation. You might want to watch the old video, the last video. So h will become -1 comma -2, e will become -2 comma -4, x will become -3 comma -4, g becomes -4 comma -2, and okay, O becomes -3, 0, and then N becomes -2, 0. That is for 180-degree rotation. Assuming it is 90 degrees, then it will become -y, x. For 270 degrees, it will become -y, -x. So that is that about rotation. For reflection, we want to reflect this pentagon. Reflection means like you are flipping it, just as if you are looking at yourself in the mirror. So when you reflect, that means you want to mirror that shape. So if you are reflecting along the x-axis, the y sign changes. Y becomes -y. If you are reflecting along the y-axis, x becomes -x. I explained all this in the last video. You might want to check it out. So now, reflect pentagon this over the y-axis. That's sorry, over the x-axis. That means y changes sign. So p prime. These ones are prime, please. These ones are prime. Prime means we've transformed the shape. So P prime will become, since we are reflecting along the x-axis, so this will become 1, comma -3. Q prime becomes 2, comma -5. R prime becomes 4, comma -5. S prime becomes 5, comma -3. And T prime becomes 3, comma -5 -1. Where if you reflect along the x-axis, the y becomes negative y. So we'll be having x, comma -y. That is what reflection is about. So now let's take a look at the next question. A rectangle is graphed on a coordinate grid. Which transformation will result in a rectangle that is not congruent? Congruent means both shape are both shape have the same size and the same shape. That is, the shape does not change and the size does not change. That is what congruence mean. When two shapes are congruent, that means they have the same sizes and they have the same shapes. So now, a dilation by a scale factor of 3. When you dilate, the that means you are multiplying x and y by the given scale factor. So in this case, we are multiplying by 3, and this will change the size. This will change the size. It will not change the shape, but it will change the size. But for it to be congruent, both the size and the shape both must be the same. If one changes, then it is not congruent. So F is the answer. It is not congruent because when you multiply 2 by 3, the size will change. Let's say this is what the shape looks like before. When you multiply by 3, it becomes bigger by 3. So they still look similar. They are still similar in size, in shape, but because the size has changed, then it is not congruent. A rotation, translation, and reflection, they do not change the size and they do not change the shape. They only change the location. So take note, only dilation changes the size. So only dilation changes the size. And once the size changes, it is the shapes are no longer congruent. Now, a transformation is applied to a figure. Um, on the which transformation does not preserve congruence, just like the last one I explained. Which one does not preserve congruence? I've mentioned it. Only one out of the three will is only when you apply one transformation that the size will change, and once the size changes, it is the shapes, the both shapes are no longer congruent. If the size should change, they are no longer congruent. And out of the four types of transformation we have translation, we have dilation, reflection, and rotation. Only one changes the size. So which one changes the size? If you've forgotten, go back to the last question that I explained and you'll figure it out. So now, which representation of a transformation on a coordinate grid does not preserve congruence? Which one does not preserve congruence? So, like I said, dilation does not preserve congruence. When you dilate, the shape changes, and dilation means you are multiplying. So once you multiply, the change either becomes bigger or reduces. And if you look at this one, this is the answer because we are multiplying by 7. Since we are multiplying by a number that is less than 1, that means the size will become smaller. But for this one, we are adding. The shape will not change. The shape will not change. This one, the shape will not change. This one, the shape will not change. These ones are reflection and either reflection and rotation or whatever. But this first one, we are multiplying, that's dilation. So the shape will change. So it will not preserve congruence, because for congruence, the shape and the size must remain the same. Now, translate this hexagon. This one is straightforward with vertices, and you are translating by x minus 2, y plus 2. Does this transformation preserve congruence? Does this preserve congruence? Answer this. Translate this by this, and then does it preserve congruence? Even before you translate, you should be able to tell if it preserves congruence or not. And lastly, on this one, dilate this. We are to dilate. Dilate means we are multiplying. We are to dilate this by a scale factor of 1/3. Does this transformation preserve congruence? This is definitely no, because it is only dilation that changes the size. So when we dilate this by 1/3, that means p prime will be p prime will become 1/3, 2/3. Q prime will become 1,4/3, and then R prime will become 5/3, 2/3. So that is that for this one, and I will see you in the next video.